Hi, I'm Gary White for Central Kentucky Television. I'm here with Roy Myers, who is with Elder Care Financial Resources, which is located in Bardstown.
Yes.
And we're going to talk a little bit about your organization and what some of the services that you provide. But we're recording this in November, which a lot of people know Veterans Day occurs in November, and veterans are a key focus for your company. Is that correct?
Yes, that is, and thankfully we were able to develop a good program for veterans that's very vital to their income for taking care of their medical needs right now.
So tell us a little about Elder Care Financial Resources.
Okay, well, Elder Care Financial Resources is, we're a national company. We've been doing this for 15 years, helping veterans and widows of veterans. Personally, myself, I've been doing this for 7 years, but I've been in the financial industry for 35 years. And that's a key factor because there's two basic types of VA pension. Most people are familiar with what they call service-related VA pensions, and know there's injury accident is related to that. Then there's a non-service related VA pension, which we deal in, it's called aid and attendance, that very few veterans and widows know about and have a difficult time getting in information on it. And we have a 95% approval rate on that VA pension right now. We have over $2 million in VA pension approvals here locally. But we're dealing in 10 different counties around Nelson County. We have 5 service offices in the state. And we've got a great crew in Louisville also, but we've got right now 14 assisted living facilities that work with us on a primary basis to work with their clients on this.
So is there an age, did you say, for this, that they have to be a certain age as well?
Well, the regs on the VA says they have to be totally disabled or at least age 65.
Okay.
And it's very simple on the regulations. They have to serve 1 day of active duty during a wartime period with a 90-day of stay in any military service.
Now, if there's an individual who isn't disabled or yet 65, is it still important for them to come to you now so they can possibly get this set up for in the future?
Remember I said either totally disabled or age 65. So if you're 45 and you're totally disabled, you're still a candidate for aid and attendance. Okay. But if you're not totally disabled, then 65 is the break off for that.
Okay. So how did you get involved in working with
It's a funny
this
story.
area?
I've been in the financial industry for 35 years, and I was pretty much semi-retired in 2009. And a friend of mine from Oklahoma called me up, Dave, and said, "Roy, you need to check out this veterans program. But there's so many scams going on." I said, "Dave, I've known you a long time. I trust you, but I need to check this out." So I flew out to Topeka, Kansas, and got really mad from what I found out, not because of them, but because my particular situation. See, my mother-in-law was a widow of a veteran, and she suffered for 5 years. She went through all her assets, and see, she could have got $1,000 per month from the VA.
Wow.
And no one ever knew about it. But when I found out about it, I got kind of mad about it. And I said, I came out of semi-retirement, says people have to know about this. And that's how I started the program, and came out of semi-retirement to show people this thing is real.
It's out there.
It's out there, yeah.
So tell us, what are some of the resources that are available that you're talking about? Some of the ones that they don't know about. You know, there's stuff that people are familiar with, but there's a lot that's not as familiar. What are some of those areas particularly?
Well, obviously, the primary one we deal with is the aid and attendance from the VA. Veterans can qualify up to $24,000 tax-free income per year. But there's also Medicaid planning that we deal in also. We have actually 4 accredited VA attorneys and a staff of CPAs that work on those cases, and they don't charge them anything to do this. The key factor in this. There's a small fee of $200 for the evaluation to make sure that it doesn't conflict with Medicaid planning. But if they don't get the benefits that we propose, they get the $200 back. That's how confident we are. We're at 95% approval rates on these. But other factors we deal in is guaranteed retirements. There's a lot of people that have IRAs and 401ks, and they're going to run out of money eventually. But we can show them how to put them in a program that they're guaranteed an income for life, no matter how long they live.
That's fantastic.
So, and that's what the senior citizens need, because the primary concern of senior citizens is running out of money. Because the day's medical treatment, they can prolong life a lot longer than they used to.
Yeah.
You know that. And that's one of the primary concerns about the veteran or the widows is running out of money. So we can sit down and show them how you can take your current assets and prevent that from happening.
Yeah, people are living longer, but that's a great thing.
Yeah.
But they also still need to be able to have a quality to that long
Oh,
life.
exactly. Yeah,
and this can
exactly.
help with that.
Exactly.
Now, is there a set amount that people get, or how's that figure determined?
Well, it's really based upon medical need. It's a reimbursement pension based upon medical need, okay? And it's not a set amount. There is a maximum amount for like a widow veteran. It's $1,140 per month, or around $13,000 per year. They can get up to that amount, but a lot of times we get lesser than that amount. But that's great because, see, based upon medical need, if we only get $500 per month for a widow of a veteran, well, that's great because based upon medical need, if their insurance goes up $500 next year, their VA pension goes up $500 to offset it.
Okay.
So it's like an insurance policy against expenses. So it will max out $1,114 per month for a widow. A veteran is around $2,100 per month. It's tax-free money, but if you look down the road, it's a great benefit because medical insurance is going to go up. Mm-hmm. The cost of assisted living facilities are going up, and this pension is also payable in their home. If they are in a house in their own home and they need medical help, and they have a niece or nephew or cousin that come in, they're not medically qualified, the VA will reimburse them for that. Most people don't even know that.
Wow, that's great. So there's a lot of services that are being
Yeah.
offered. So people need to just give you a call and kind of do a consultation.
We can tell over the phone in 5 or 10 minutes whether they're medically qualified to receive this program. It's just a very simple process we go through. They can give us a call at 502-275-4427. We've got a staff on duty that's there. All they're doing is trained in helping veterans and widows get this VA pension.
And it's located here in Bardstown, but you serve Nelson County as well as Washington County and Marion County.
Actually, 10 counties around Nelson County.
So just give Roy here a call, and he can help you set up to find out if you qualify for this for
Exactly.
any of these resources that are out there.
And it's at no cost to the veteran or the widow.
What kind of information will they need when they call?
It's a good question. I'm glad you brought that up. Basically, what we need is a copy of the veteran's military records, and a lot of veterans can produce you copies of copies, but we need certified copies. A certified copy is like a notary seal that's on there. It's an embossed seal, and sometimes we have to order those from the VA, and that can take 4 to 5 weeks. So that's one of the key things we need. And of course, if the veterans pass away and we're working with the widow of the veteran, we need to copy their marriage license and a copy of the death certificate also.
Okay.
But there's about 20 forms we've got to go through on this.
Right. To get it all done.
We do all the processing. We don't want the veteran or widow to fill anything out. That's what our staff's trained in. You just give us the information we need, and that's why we have such a high approval rate on this.
So the first step is to give a call
Right.
to Elder Care Financial Resources, and the phone number one more time for us.
502-275-4427.
And also you have a website that people can visit and find
Yeah.
a little more, correct?
It's eldercarefr.com, and they can get some details on that too. And of course, we're running TV commercials here in several counties to get out the information to the public.
Yeah, so keep looking for them. But also, we want to say, if you wanted to come to a seminar and find out a little more information, you're going to be having one of them coming up in November
Yes,
as
I'm
well.
glad you brought that up, Gary. We're having one in Bardstown. It's at Windsor Gardens on November the 30th at 3 p.m. We try to get around to each county to put on these workshops. They're only about 15 or 20 minutes long. We just give you the critical information you need at that point to see if you're eligible or qualified for it. And then if you are, we can set additional appointments with you to get more details, get the process started for you.
And if you're the child of a veteran or have a mother who's a widow, you can come also and get that information.
Yeah, and
then
most of the time
share
that
it.
is the case when
Yeah.
you do have family. We like to have as many family members there because the more ears you have, the more you're going to learn how this thing works. And we like to sit down with a family and multiple family members if possible because we want to get the information out to the family.
Absolutely. And the resources out there, it just takes the individuals actually reaching out there and hopefully being able to get them, right?
Exactly right, Gary.
Well, great. Thank you very much for talking with us today.
Thanks for inviting me, Dave.
All right. And I've been talking with Roy Myers. He's with Elder Care Financial Resources in Bardstown. I'm going to ask you for the phone number one more time.
Okay, 502-275-4427.
Or you can go to eldercarefr.com and you can find out more information. And remember that on November 30th, and what time was that going to be on November
3
30th?
p.m.
3 p.m. at Windsor Gardens here in Bardstown. And they're going to have a seminar, and it is open to the public as well.
Yes, that's it.
Not just the residents. You can actually go out there, and it's open to the public. So this has been Gary White for Central Kentucky Television.
Thank you.